Is Bitcoin about to top? Will this be a double top? Were the doomer bears right the whole time? Is base scale over? Sell your Bitcoin now. Run for the hills. Come back in 4 years. I say no, 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 and no. Screw you, bears. We are going much higher from here, and this is my rapid fire 10 reasons why. Let's do it. Number 10, Bitcoin's hash rate is near an all-time high, processing 900 exahashes per second, or 900 quintillion hashes per second, which is kind of like a lot of hashes. So just to reference, 1 quintillion is 1 trillion with another 6 zeros behind it. The network's miners are doing 900 of these every second. So the point is that never in Bitcoin's history has this much computing power and electricity been spent on the network. Hard assets that cost real money have gone into securing the network. Big computers, warehouses full of them. So then you have to ask yourself, which is more likely, that the miners are dumping record amounts of money into the network just as the prices are peaking and everything's about to go to zero, or that this is the signal that prices are going to go a lot higher? I think the latter. Number 9, the pi cycle top indicator, the classic. I like this indicator. It's been pretty damn accurate at calling previous market tops, and I'm watching it pretty closely. What we're watching for is for the orange line to either cross or touch the green line, or at least get close to touching the green line. Gosh darn. Because when this happened the last 2 cycles, it basically perfectly nailed the price top of the cycle. Currently, the orange line isn't even close to the green line, aka we're nowhere near the top. By the way, the green line is currently coming in at around $161,000, which if we surge there tomorrow night, that would be the market peak probably. But we're probably going a lot higher because as the price goes up, so too does that target. Moving target. Now, before we get to number 8, guys, if you're trading these markets, you're trading the Bitcoin, okay? You're trading Ethereum. You're trading Salami coin. You're trading the dog coins, the penguin coins, the AI coins. You need to go exchange. Do it on the exchanges. Femex, OG cryptocurrency exchange. You can come in here with big size, trade, enjoy yourself, deep liquidity across all the big coins. They've been around for years. I've been trading there for years. And guess what? This is available to anyone, anywhere, exclusively using my link down below. You can access Femex from wherever you are. No KYC. And we know what a pain KYC is. We know how dangerous KYC can be, so that's pretty awesome. You might need a VPN, depending on where you are, just FYI, but you should be able to use the exchange. And right now you can get up to $30,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. So the more you deposit, the more you trade, the more money you're going to get back into your hands. Go check it out, link down below. Okay, number 8. We're nearing the end of the post-halving bull cycle right now. 2 cycles ago from halving to peak, it took 520 days, and it took 546 days last cycle. Right now, we're at 400 days, meaning if this cycle rhymes with the previous ones in terms of timing, then we should have about another 5, maybe 6 months to go before we hit our pico prices for the market and then enter into a new bear market. And of course, we should assume upwards price movement in those last 5 months. It's not just going to go completely sideways and then to zero. It's unlikely. This is all because that's when Bitcoin's supply shock really kicks into hypergear. Just not enough coins for all the demand that's going to come when the normies arrive. Number 7, there's never been an easier time to buy Bitcoin. So no longer does someone need to go and set up a crypto exchange account to buy Bitcoin and all the other nerdy BS that comes along with that. Now it's on the stock brokerages, man. You can buy it via a Bitcoin ETF, and that's good for us because when the herd comes back, they'll have unprecedented access to buying up spot Bitcoin. Number 6, countries, man. Countries. They're in, they're here, they're doing it. These different countries have disclosed official Bitcoin holdings. They've collectively got 500,000 coins. Allegedly, we don't have, of course, audits from them, but this is what we assume they have. But understand this is just the beginning. The US federal government is about to start buying Bitcoin. The guy in charge of doing that, Howard Lutnick, is a relentless Bitcoin bull. Multiple US states, New Hampshire, Texas, and others are about to start buying. Texas, the 8th biggest economy in the world. It's a big deal. It'd be a big deal if France did it. It's a damn big deal when Texas does it. The UAE's been buying via their sovereign wealth fund. Bhutan's been mining. Brazil's going to launch a strategic reserve. Lots of stuff going. Others are going to follow in the United States' footstep. Moreover, none of this accounts for the nations that are currently mining Bitcoin. Oman, Russia. This week it broke news that Pakistan's going to start a strategic reserve by mining Bitcoin. We already know Ethiopia is doing it. Kenya's doing it. Argentina's doing it. How many countries out there have Bitcoin already and they're just not saying anything? We've hardly just begun. Number 5, there's absolutely no signs of retail euphoria right now. Markets don't top when it's quiet. Quite simply. Blow-off tops, market tops, they happen when everyone's on the timeline, they're buying Lambos and Rolexes and thinking they're geniuses. But the herd isn't here right now, not even close. Google searches are close to a 5-year bottom for Bitcoin. The Coinbase app is just around number 21 in the App Store and like closer to 300 than 200 in all total apps combined. When the market top comes, it'll be a top 10 downloaded app. Also, an interesting fact to bring up, the total number of addresses holding between 0.01 BTC and 10 BTC is either flat or slightly falling. Number 4. Bitcoin funding rates are at normal levels. So funding rates are the price that you pay to, leverage up Bitcoin derivatives contracts. During times of peak market euphoria, traders are willing to pay exceptionally high rates to go long on Bitcoin at the top. Thank you for your sacrifice. But it makes sense to have high funding rates coincide with market tops. So check out Bitcoin's funding rates right now. Barely anything's happening. They're at very normal levels, not even remotely close to the rates that we're going to see during big market blow-offs, okay? Number 3, the global debt crisis. The U.S. is $36 trillion in debt. The country's debt to GDP ratio is 120%. China's in debt. Japan's in debt. It's fallen off the cliff. They're in a real crisis right now. Most other nations are in a similar situation. Everyone's broke. And now we're starting to see the bond vigilantes come out in force. Yields on the Japanese 40-year bond have ripped to all-time highs, which is not what you want to see happening. Yields on the U.S. 10-year Treasury over 4.5%, and they're just over 5% on the 20-year Treasury. This is no bueno, man. So what all this means is that investors are selling bonds because they're losing faith in these governments due to their unsustainable debt levels. That's not good. So if investors are fleeing bonds and looking for something different, something safer, where might some of that money end up? Oh yeah, the good old standbys like gold obviously are going to catch some bid, but so is Bitcoin. The global debt crisis is real. So when these sovereign debts are spiraling out of control and bond yields rise as a consequence, what do countries do to bring their fiscal house in order? Well, they tend to delay the pain train by inflating their money supply. Instead of just owning up to their mistakes and trying to fix things, they'll make the problem even worse. Buy up their own damn bonds. No one's buying our bonds. We'll buy them, just print some money. Click. Brr. That's all in an effort to bring yields back down. Now, this money printing, of course, devalues the purchasing power of their currency and the money in your pocket. We can see it happening right now on our M2 chart, which is going up massively, and that Bitcoin tends to correlate very strongly with. So is any one person going to stand around and let this happen and see their hard-earned savings disappear into inflation? Most people will, actually. But some smart ones will go into safe haven assets like gold and Bitcoin. Finally, the number one reason for why I think we're not even close to the top, the damn corporations just keep buying Bitcoin. This has been a real crazy curveball this year with the amount of corporations coming in. We pretty much can't get through a single day without a publicly traded company announcing a Bitcoin purchase plan. Crazy. When I discussed the issue just at the weekend, just a few days ago, guys, there were 109 public companies that own Bitcoin. That number today is 113. These companies are now less than 1,000 coins away from collectively holding 800,000 Bitcoin. That might have even happened today for all we know. I think they'll be at 1 million by the end of the year. That's 200,000 more Bitcoin, and buying pressure is a pretty big amount. In fact, just while we were putting this video together, news broke that Donald Trump's media company plans to raise $3 billion to buy crypto for their balance sheet. Not sure if that was accounted for in the 113, maybe it's 114 companies now. It's insane. Now let's see what all the official announcement finally says about what they're gonna do with that $3 billion, but I bet a major piece of this purchase is gonna be just for Bitcoin. So everything I'm seeing here says that corporate buying is still full steam ahead, and the estimates from people like Bitwise and stuff are that these guys are gonna literally acquire hundreds of thousands of more Bitcoin potentially by the end of the year. So top 10 reasons why I think we are still due for plenty of number go up technology activation over the next several months into the end of the year and possibly even into Q1, Q2 of next year. Enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching.